up, Ronnie Phil? Hey, Chaddi, can you hear me, man?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not. All right, cool. So, hey, gang, welcome Chaddi to the live stream. Put what's up, Chaddi, in the comments down below, and do him a favor. Make sure to share this live stream. And I know you guys are on a mobile device because you're addicted to it like everyone else in America. So on the bottom of your mobile device, I want you to make sure you turn my notifications on, hit that share button. So Chaddi, you're returning here, but for people that don't know who you are, in the next 60 to 90 seconds, I just want you to give a quick background of where you were and where you're at today so people know who you are.
Got it. So, Colton, I grew up in Dearborn, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. We had a good life over here, and, didn't really know where I was going in life after, I graduated from high school, went to college. But when I went to college, I actually used to just drive to the parking lot and sleep. And, mommy, daddy think I'm in college, so they got my report cards, etc. And then, when I got married at 22, had a son at 23. And, one of the things that I promised myself a very long time ago is that when I grew up, I want to be there for my son. I want to be like the best father that I can possibly be. And I found myself literally going to work every single morning and coming back at 2 a.m. And then my wife would be telling me, he did his, he said his first word, or he took his first crawl. And that's not what I was committed to. I was delivering pizza. I was, driving an ice cream truck. Life was tough. Life was hard. I knew there was something better. Got my real estate license. Did okay. Wanted to do better. I went interviewed with a top agent here in the marketplace, and he basically said, "You're messed up. Go work on yourself, and then come back in 6 months." He gave me an audio program by the name of a Mike Ferry audio program. Delivering pizza 12, 13 hours a day. I burned through that sucker, memorized the whole entire thing. And then there was a speaker on there saying, "Hey, I used to do drugs. I used to do this. And, I changed my life." And I was like, I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do nothing. If he can do it, I can do it. So I sold my house, packed up my Ford Escort, drove straight to Newport Beach, California, went work for Mike, became the #1 sales representative over there, got to the point to where I was literally running the internal one-on-one coaching department. From there, got back into real estate in Orange County, did $100,000 my first month. And it was a very short-lived career because my real passion became, coaching and training. And then went and worked with Tom Ferry, helped him build up, his, empire right now. And then in 2011, broke free on my own and started Top Listing Agent, my company where I help agents from all over the country on how to become top listing agents.
That's it. In a nutshell, that was about 97 seconds. So congratulate him for doing that so quickly. A couple things I want to mention is I think everyone starts with saying, I want something more. I want more money. I want more time. I want more freedom. I want more achievement. I had a couple of weeks ago, Chaddi, I had an interview with a guy named Danny Navarro. Okay. I think that's how you say his name. He's from California. He grew up right around, I think, Ontario, Rancho Cucamonga area. Spent eight and a half, get this year, sentenced to 10 years in prison at the age of 18, served 8.5 years, okay? Inside of prison, he's introduced to the book Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and Tony Robbins' 30 Days to Power. He starts studying those two while he's in prison for the next 6-7 years. Now he's making $300,000 a year with, I think he's been out of prison about 3 or 4 years, something like that. Or maybe it's about 5 years out of prison now, but within 2 years being out of prison, and you tell me this is ridiculous in California, within 2 years, a felon was able to get a license to sell real estate. Talk about creating into reality something out of that is supposed to be impossible, right? And here's why I wanted you back on the show is I know that you're an expert in understanding language in not only creating the sell, but creating the life. Talk to us about why the language patterns are so important to create our reality.
Well, can I just do something else first of all before I do this? There's something I wanted to do, and then I'll answer the question. First of all, I am so honored to be on your show because I have very high levels of respect for you, and I want you to get that who you are is not just a guy that really comes on here and just speaks a game and stuff like that. You're actually changing lives of people that you don't even know that you're actually changing lives. And, in 2018, you went through, personal, challenges, and, you got to the point to where you started sharing a little bit about that experience. And what you don't know is that there were other people that were going through exactly what you were going through, who never literally came out publicly and said, I am going through that. But those are the people that were actually going to your page every single day to see what did he post, what is he going through, and what you were posting and what you were sharing were exactly what somebody needed to see and hear in order for them to feel a different way to get through what they want to get through. And I happen to be one of those people that got divorced in 2018, which you never
did not know that.
Okay. And yeah. And your post and your sharing got me through a lot of stuff. So I just want to acknowledge you for being the man that you are, because you really are making a difference for the big guy, the small guy, everyone.
Man, I totally appreciate that. I had no idea. And for those of you guys that have been divorced or going through divorce, Chaddi knows it's a shitty time. It's a very dark space internally. You learn who you are very quickly, and your patterns, your language patterns, actually will dictate how you come out the other side. In fact, I just saw the other day, Danny, he just posted that he's in a separation with his wife right now, and that's an open conversation we should have. Why is this happening? Maybe it's the right partner, maybe it's the wrong partner, maybe we've grown different ways over time. But ultimately, though it is a very painful place, and we can't stop. It's not the end of our life because we got divorced. In fact, I think now we're able to help even more people, right? So, I'm glad that you shared that. That sucks that you got divorced, but.
And nobody knows. Hold on, nobody knows. This is first, public announcement by doing that. And it came out of because you're asking me about the language patterns, and what really people don't understand is because understanding language is the most critical, important thing that you need to do. Because, Colton, let's talk about, I want to address this, not just on a personal level, but we'll begin with a business level, then we'll talk about it on a personal level, okay? So let's say you get a text message from a client. What do? You text them back, right?
Yep, that's what people tend to do,
okay, let's say, or you get an email. What do? You email them back, or you call them back if it's a phone call, whatever, however you generated, that conversation began. That conversation is using words. Okay, so it's how often do you think about, am I studying words? Which words have an impact on somebody? And if you understand that words have an impact on somebody, well, don't forget that you are a somebody, and you're freaking damn using words all day, every single day. And how is that impacting you? Powerfully, negatively, etc. Okay, so language is I told my son a couple of weeks ago, I said, Dad, he's just turned 22. I go, Dad, if anything ever happens to you, there's one thing I want you to master in life. It's communication. It's words. It's language patterns.
Yeah. Let your own language patterns, be aware of them, number one. Number two is, how do you reshape them? But number three is, here's an example. I'll speak about my marriage, right? What I didn't realize earlier on in life is that she has an operating system, I have an operating system, and then we have our soul, or the essence of who we are. So often, though, we start to identify our partner or people in our lives as the operating pattern, not as who they truly are, this love, this joy, this abundance, right? And then our operating patterns, they collide a little bit. But if you don't have two people in a relationship that are upgrading their operating systems together, sooner or later, you're going to have an iOS 12.3, and then you're going to have a Windows 97, which does not correlate very well. And it doesn't happen with a relationship. I mean, I bet you are a lot like me. You didn't mean to go different directions. You didn't mean to.
Absolutely.
That wasn't the intention. We never had that intention. But once we become aware of it, then we can really pay attention. Well, what direction do we want to shift our operating system? We get to be in charge of it. Our life, our show, our reality. And I think that's really cool that you shared that, because it's kind of for me, it was kind of shameful, embarrassing. Here I am, influencing lots of people's lives. I got all these students, these alliance members, I got people watching my podcast. People think Colton not only has it together in his business, his finances, and his family looks great. And all of a sudden he's divorced. What the hell's going on? Right?
Yeah, what's wrong with this picture, right?
But it goes to show that no one is immune to challenges. How young are you, Chaddi?
I am 45.
45 years young here in this experience on earth. Have you ever had a year where there wasn't some sort of challenge to deal with?
I can't think of one, man. It's just, they're always there, but it's how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? you know, for me, I remember a long time ago, a challenge, an obstacle, whatever the situation was, you know, it would, you know, last like, let's say this long at a scale for me to get through it. Now it's like this small. And, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of 5 minutes because I own my mind. My mind does not own me, you know, and I'll be like, okay, black and white, yes or no. Okay, what's the solution? Okay, I don't know what the solution is. Perfect. Who's got the solution? Okay, let me reach out to that person. You know, it's just quicker. So challenges are always going to be there. It's how long do you allow them to be there?
They're not going away. One of the things that I share with people all the time is fall in love with the challenges. Fall in love with the problems. They're not going away. Our biggest problem today as humans is we think we can get to a point in life where we won't have problems. And that's just not the case. We're going to have problems. Let's love them. Let's embrace them.
Yeah.
So one of the questions you just asked that I loved, and I want to point this out to people listening, watching replay, is he didn't say like, what's the solution? He said, who has a solution, right? Like, who do I need to know? Who do I need to get in touch with? Who can I learn from? Oftentimes we get stuck so much in the how. If we ask who, there's a lot of people that have been through divorce, for example. How did they go through it? Who do I need to reach out to and learn from their experience? I went to do you know Wayne Solomon's Hero Nation coaching program? He used to be a MAPS coach, cool guy. You need to connect with him, cool guy. He invited me to his personal mastermind last fall. It was really strange phenomenon that happened. There's about 20 high producing individuals there. He invited me as a guest, and I bet 18 of the people there who were very successful in business had gone through divorce. And not just recently, but within probably like 8 or 10 years ago. And I was able to like ask them their experience and see how were they able to move on? How are they able to adapt with their kids? How did they start? What was their story, right? And it was really cool because I could learn from their patterns to then begin to choose, well, how do I want to respond to this experience? Because experience is the experience, but how we choose to respond is important. So let's talk about that. What are you doing? What do you do to really make decisions on how to choose your responses? What is it that you do with yourself personally?
I am equipped a little bit differently. And what I mean by that is I'm like a paper and pen kind of guy, okay? And I'm a very visual person. And if I can't see it, I can't process it. I can't sit there and think about something. It'll drive me crazy, okay? I got to grab the pen and the paper, you know, my journal, whatever, and I just write it down and I start breaking things down. And I just start with a yes or no, you know, and I just then, you know, I do like not pros, but I do it very quickly. It doesn't take me hours or anything like that because I ain't got hours to spend on this stuff. I want the solution as fast as possible. And then, look, here's the thing. I learned a very long time ago, you know, Colton, to become a strategist. Okay, I'm a strategist. That's exactly what I am. Okay, I'll spend the time creating the strategy, which gives me the freedom. Because without the strategy, you have, you know, more challenges, more obstacles, etc. So I put everything down in writing and I just start crossing things off, adding things. The first thing I do is a brain dump. Okay, money, problem, challenge, responses, negative, positive. What do I have control over? No control here, get rid of it. I'm not gonna worry about it. No control here, I'm not gonna worry about it. This one, question mark, I don't know what to do. Perfect. Who can help me with this? So that's the process I take myself through.
That's awesome. So you're asking yourself great questions and then you're answering the questions. Because if you're in your head, you're dead. If you get stuck, this is the mind ego. This is a pattern that literally scientifically is proven runs through our brain on a default mode network to keep us safe, to keep us secure. And the truth is, and I've learned this in 34 years, there ain't no fucking security here. I mean, you think about it like this is, you're not getting out of this experience alive. How fucking uncertain is that, right? You're gonna die one day. Exactly. So if we can get rid of that illusion, we understand that we have the body, the mind, and the soul. What if we can start thinking with our soul, but we can program our mind so that the ego works for us versus against us, so that it works for us to be creators of solutions and open to opportunity versus prisoners of stories and loops. And you're saying to recreate those loops or those stories, you're just asking great questions. You're disrupting the pattern.
Yeah. Not only that, you know, Colton, it's a lot easier than you think what it is. It's a lot of people want to do these, you know, pattern disruptions and, you know, whatever you want to call them every once in a while when they're faced with a challenge. And what they don't really understand and what they don't really get is that, you know, it's their daily rituals that prevent them from having those obstacles and challenges, you know, as often as they've been appearing in their life. And, you know, if you're experiencing a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles, it's because you have the wrong habits and rituals going on in your life that are attracting these negative experiences. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that if you have the right habits and the right rituals, these things ain't going to show up. They are going to show up, but very less often. And when they do show up, they don't last as long as they usually do, because you're equipped with the right mindset.
Well,
you're equipped with the right belief system.
How often is it when we create these right rituals in our lives that all of a sudden the challenge isn't the challenge, it's the opportunity now, right? We don't even, it's the same experience, but it literally evaporates the challenge, because it's not a challenge, it's an opportunity. And that's part of it.
Bring it, man. It's like, bring it. It's like, I miss the challenge because it's the challenge that causes me to grow. It's the challenge that reveals who I really am. You know, it's like when I was going through my divorce, I was like, I've read all these freaking damn books. I've learned everything about mindset, but I never really needed to use that stuff. And it's like the perfect time. Like, does this stuff really work? And I was ready for it.
And what's interesting at that time frame, at least for me, like I didn't feel like doing it, right? There's a lot of times I didn't feel like doing my declarations. I didn't feel like meditating. I didn't feel like still exercising. I didn't feel like still doing a lot of the things that caused me to get to that point. But I did it anyways. And I truly believe that's the secret to success. It's not just the hard work, although that's a lot of times important, but it's willingness to do what I don't feel like doing. That's what gets me the results.
Yeah. So that's exactly how I think. We think alike. I'd be like, you know, for me, there's one question that I always, like two questions, they're wrapped up in one, that I always ask myself when I'm faced with, you know, I don't feel like doing, but I know I got to do. I just say, what would a loser do?
No, a loser wouldn't do anything.
Nothing.
Wouldn't do anything.
Okay. What would a winner do?
Whatever it takes. I create so much fucking value, I always find a way to win. That is the attitude that we have to create. And that attitude for me, I fucking built this, dude. Like, I looked myself in the mirror, looked myself in the eyes and said, I always find a way to win. That's what I do. But you have to do it repetitively. Like, repetition is the mother of all freaking skill.
Absolutely.
So real quick for you guys watching, are you guys getting anything out of this? Post comments down below, like some of your takeaways. Hit that share button down below. And I just want to honor Chaddi just for a second. Like, I had no idea that you went through a divorce in 2018, number one. But number two is, like, when you just shared it here live on the podcast, it sounds like that was like a pretty big deal. Like, you hadn't really talked about that publicly. So I just want to honor you for taking the courage to do that, because there's a lot of people watching, just like you said, that they either went through that experience. Like, I have people that apply for my mastermind and they're telling me what they're going through. I got people in my mastermind tell me what they're going through. This is real stuff. And healing happens through community. It does not happen by yourself. You've got to be able to be supported by others. This is one of the mantras, one of the declarations every day, Chaddi, I go with my daughter. I support others and I allow others to support me. That's what I want to program into my thinking process. So thank you so much for sharing that, because it's going to touch other people's lives here on the podcast now and in the future. So what's 2019 look like? Like, there's a little bit of excitement, right? Because listen, on paper, 2019 was a motherfucker, right? Like, no one that goes through the divorce can say that was a winning year. I look at it as one of my best years ever, because it allowed me to grow and to stretch and to go to this next space. But it opens up this canvas for 2019. So what are you going to try and paint on this canvas, brother?
I think, you know, the way, you know, my focus is four things right now for me. Okay. Number one is, you know, forget about the money for a minute. Forget about the money. We're going to make money no matter what. We know what we're doing. You know what I mean? We're going to help a lot of people make a lot of money. Number one, okay, as transform, I don't believe I'm 100% transformed, right? This is never going to be 100%. So number one is my mind. Okay. Number one is my mind. Okay. Number two is my body. Okay. Number three is my children. And number four is my business. So that's what I'm focused on right now. My mind, my body, my children, and then my business. Because if I own my mind and I have the energy, I'm a better father, and then I have no problems getting the business. Nothing standing in the way. Business-wise, we're taking top listing agent to the next level. Our flagship program is Listings on Demand. We teach people how to become top listing agents. And that is my number one focus this year. I'm bringing on a couple of people that have helped me transform my life in the area of mindset, in the area of marketing, and in the area of influence. And they're going to help me take that program to the next level. So that's
awesome,
it.
Man.
Just scaling the business. So look, I've scaled in a couple of different ways. In the past, my number one scaling factor was not the money. It was not the money. I wanted to scale for time freedom. I got there. This year, it's all about wealth freedom.
So last year was what freedom, and this year is wealth freedom?
Yep. Last year was time freedom. Like, you know, I got to the point where I'm working approximately 12 hours a week.
Yeah.
So now it's like I have all this extra added time. So we're going to do a lot of good stuff. You got the
space to create now, right? Like I think that's the challenge with a lot of people today, whether in your real estate business or an influence business or anything business, is like, okay, well, if I want to create my life, I've got to stop taking on the demands of everyone else, all the notifications, all the beeps, all the buzzes, all the social scape and what they expect from me, and say, well, wait a second, what do I expect from myself? Notice the number one thing he said for him is his mind, right? Is his mind. And I'm very similar. My number one value, and it's been for the last 2 years, is health and vitality. Anytime I breathe, anytime I drink, anytime I exercise, anytime that I learn how to increase my energy, or anytime that I consume water, anytime I have sex, anytime, like I just find these things for me and my rules around health and vitality. Number two for me is love and warmth. Like I want to deliver and I don't know if you guys are watching, I've become way warmer in my message. I still bring a lot of intensity, but I used to be like, listen, motherfucker, you just got to pull your head out of your ass, stop being a little bitch. I've become a little bit warmer in my message because I've set the value on that. And number three is I want to be intelligent, which rolls to my mindset. Anytime I make a decision, or anytime I make a hire in my business, or anytime I invest money, or anytime I'm spending time with my children, or these are the things that I choose to value. You know what my number four is this year, which is was off the radar for the last 35, 33 years, is playfulness. I want to be way more playful. Anytime I'm with my children, or anytime I see children's stuff, or anytime I'm with my team, like I want to enjoy this moment and be way more playful. But I think what's in common with you and me is that we're clear on what our focus is. And neither of us said, hey, money is our major driver. Money will come.
Money comes, man. Money comes. Money is, see, here's something, you know, one of the things that I was very fortunate with, Colton, is I spent 11 years with the fairies. Okay. I mean, these are the people that are seeking out from all over the world, paying a ton of money. Like them, don't like them, it doesn't matter. They're freaking damn geniuses at what they do. You know, being around them, you know, like they instilled these belief systems in me. And one of the belief systems was money is easy to make. Okay. Look, if you ain't got money to buy an iPhone and you want a freaking damn iPhone, you got to figure out a way to bring that money, right? So you already have that creativity. Okay. But people are missing the purpose. Yeah. See, it's the purpose and the connection of, you know, what is the reason you want an iPhone? Or what is the reason that you want a specific car or something like that? That's going to drive you to go out there and do the things that you need to do. So most people ain't connecting with that. And that's where, you know, like a lot of my clients are getting phenomenal results. And it's not because, you know, we're doing anything magical. The four most important thing that we do is we get this right. And here's the thing. This is not like a 20-year project. This is a lifetime project. We get that. But to get it right could be gotten right in a matter of 30 days. I was talking about, I went out to dinner with a great gentleman I'm working with here in Detroit, Michigan on Sunday night. And he said to me, I'm having a hard time sleeping now. Okay. But he's not having a hard time sleeping because he's worried about the bills and the challenges. It's because he's so freaking damn excited about life and what he is creating. You know what I'm talking about. You get that. You know, I sleep 3-4 hours a day. I can't sleep more than that because I'm on a mission to live my vision. So I think the real important conversation just to help people out right now is like, how do I connect with my vision? How do I connect with my why? How do I get to the point to where it's like, do I do or I don't do, and you just do anyways? That's the real conversation. Okay. So do you have any advice on that? I know I'm flipping the question on you, and then you know, that's help people out with that.
Like, so here's number one that I got. So like, use the iPhone as an example, right? Like, that's the example Chaddi brought up, but it doesn't matter. So it could be iPhone, it could be a new car, it could be a better relationship, it could be a bigger business, it could be more health. You have to have the outcome that you want. And then you have to be very, very clear on that. Then you've got to understand the purpose that he's talking about. So one of the activities I do is I'll write the outcome on a piece of paper, and then I'll write 20, 30 reasons why it's important that I create this outcome. What is the purpose? Like if I was an even better husband and father or whatever it is I create, and like that was actually here's my number one question for 2018. How can I love and appreciate even more in this moment? And so then I would ask myself that question, and then I would find out, why is this outcome important for me? Well, I'm going to connect with people more. I'm going to connect with my daughters more. I'm going to be a better leader. I'm going to connect with myself more. I'm going to be able to influence more people. And then the list goes on. You create the purposes behind the outcome that you want to create. Me, though, one thing I've changed, Chad, instead of saying outcomes for things, I changed outcomes for emotions. I want specific emotions in my life versus specific things anymore. Like things are easy to come by, right? Like there's abundance of stuff and money, but time equals emotion. And each second that passes, I don't get that second back. So if I can create more seconds in love and joy and peace, excitement, tranquility, which most realtors never experience, the peace and tranquility because they're all up in their head. Then I say, well, what are my 3 to 5 actions that if I take action on them in the next 3 to 7 days, I will drive to that outcome. And then I write those actions down, and then I schedule them. Because if it's not scheduled, it's not real. And then I act on them.
Man, it's like you're watching my material, and you know that's like a video I did exactly the way you did it, Colton. It's that simple. It really is that simple. But most people don't take the time to do the little work, and it's like literally work. Like for you to go through that exercise that you just went through right now, how long will take that somebody? You know, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 60 minutes, it could be 90 minutes, it could be 120 minutes. It depends on the individual. They just got to schedule the time, and they got to sit down, and they got to do it. So let's ask our audience right now, who is committed to do this in the next 24 hours?
Oh, shoot, he's closing, you guys. So put down below, if you're willing, here's my challenge with that. Who's willing to take 20 minutes to have that conversation with themselves between now and tomorrow? Put a yes in the comments down below if you're willing to do that. So I recently just completed my new program. It's called Life Management, Your Life, Your Show, Your Reality. In fact, I'm giving it away free this month for anyone that joins my Prospecting Mastery program. I dropped the link in the comments down below, but literally
I get it for free.
I'll send it to you. As soon as it's completely put together, I'll send it over to you. But it is completely designed to understand a few things that Chaddi's talking about. Number one is, what are our outcomes that we want to create? Why are they important for us? And what are our massive actions that are going to drive us towards those? And the way we have to create our lives is we understand there's 3 areas of our day. There's our morning routine, there's our day routine, and then there's our nighttime routine. And each one of those routines, we have powerful rituals. A lot of people call them habits. I don't like the word habits because it makes me feel like kind of negative. I love rituals. It makes me feel like it's really, really important. So then I identify in each one of these routines, what are the powerful rituals that if I act on, that will drive a certain emotion so that I'll attract and create the life that I want. For example, first thing in my morning routine, the emotion I want more of is peace and tranquility. And then I want to turn up the notch to excitement and enthusiasm. So I identify rituals that create those emotions. My daytime routine, I want to actually experience more certainty, more confidence, and more belief and enthusiasm that I will go fucking create victory all day long. So I create rituals such as, if you're a business owner or a realtor, one of the most powerful rituals for you to do every single day is get on the fucking phone and prospect. Create your mind and the emotion behind that this is certainty that my business will grow and I will create more income. And then for my evening routine, I want to experience relaxation, gratitude, and appreciation. So I create rituals that allow me to experience that. You guys follow me here? So this is the type of energy and emotion that language patterns we're talking about. Dude, I feel the energy right now, Chaddi. Can you feel it?
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I feel you, man. It's like, you know, like you're speaking my language. Heck yeah, bro.
So we got a bunch of yeses here. Michelle, Hassan, Tim, he says, you guys are amazing. Such great energy. Ricardo said yes. So if you guys are committed to take action. So what I train in this in life management and in my mastermind is 20 to 30 minute a day meeting, doing that every single morning, either in your morning routine or your evening routine. You pick one of the routines to put it in as a ritual. And then once a week, do a 1 to 2 hour session where you do it on a larger scale. The biggest challenge, and you said it, is they don't take time. The way I speak it is, people don't create the space. They don't create the space to create because they're so busy responding to other people's needs and beeps and buzzes and demands that they're not creating their own demands. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Create
so
your demands.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. You're going to teach me how to cuss in a little bit, but it's okay. So check this out. I want everybody to write down a couple of words. Okay, these couple of words like totally changed my life, Colin. You know, one of a great mentors said to me the following. He said, "Speed of implementation." Speed of implementation. Because, you know, it's like we're talking about it right now. Guess what somebody's going to do? They're going to click the save button because they're going to save this for later. You know what I'm talking about? That's the freaking damn enemy. That is the enemy. Speed of implementation. How fast can I take action on this? Like literally what I would do if I were you is as soon as this, you know, you watch this video, if you're watching it on playback, I'd grab that calendar and say, here's what they said I need to do. When in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, can I get it done? Look, even if it's in a week, speed of implementation could simply just be as I took immediate action to schedule it. Okay, so everything's all about how fast can I get this done? How fast can I take action? Forget about later. I don't care about later. I don't want to live for later.
One of the immediate actions you guys can all do immediately when this is done, even if you don't have the 20 minutes, which you really do, but your mind doesn't believe it, you can instantly put a reminder in your phone to remind you to pop up later today and just put it on your calendar. That's how quick you can act. The 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. I don't know if you've read that book. It's amazing. The brain is literally programmed that if we count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when we run out, it ignites, disrupts our pattern, and we have to get into action. So speed of implementation. Dude, I could keep on going forever. Let's
keep on going. Let's give a little bit more. You don't got to go anywhere. This is fun. This is good, bro. You know, this year is all about how many lives we can, you know, you asked me earlier, the money is going to come. I really don't like to talk about money because, you know, the money's going to come. You know, the focus is really on how many lives can we touch? How many lives can we transform? And I don't care if I got to do it for no money. The money's going to come anyways. You know, I believe, you know, the way my mind works is, you know, I want to give to the world what I want the world to give to my children.
Absolutely.
You know, so is there, you know, based on your audience, you know, this is more for your audience than anyone else right now. Is there anything specifically that you feel I need to bring to the table in terms of more outside the mindset thing on a business level for real estate to help people out?
Here's something I think that would be really interesting because we talk about how we can impact other people's lives, as many as possible. Like the whole, if we look at the WGR flag, our message is simple. It's make a difference. Whether it's our real estate company, whether it's our academy, doesn't matter, make a difference. So here would be my question for you is when you look at the Chaddi Bazzi flag, and that's your network and your brand and your tribe, what is the message that you look to deliver over and over again to your tribe and share it with these guys? Maybe they'll resonate with it.
You got to believe. I'm all about that's it. You got to believe. You either believe it or you don't. You really got to believe. And, you know, I had a hard time believing a long time ago. I didn't believe in myself. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. You know, I like to spend time alone. And basically I never believed. And until I started to believe, nothing was really happening for me in life. And, you know, for me, the magic formula is believe. And that's, you know, everyone I talk to, most people I speak to, you know, they're lacking self-esteem. You know, they don't have any confidence. And basically that all translates to they don't believe. So for me, it's all about, you know, adopting the right belief system. Okay. So when you believe, so, you know, when people come into listings on demand, I'm like, look, I can give you the freaking damn first sale by owner system, the expired system, the listing presentation. I can give you all of that. But if I can't get you to believe that it's going to work for you, it ain't going to work for you. Okay. So you got to believe. I'm all about getting people to believe in themselves, Colin. That's exactly it. I want every single person to believe in themselves because you believe in yourself.
Absolutely. It didn't happen overnight.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
It didn't happen overnight.
It happened a lot of overnights by telling myself, all I need is within me now.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. That's the magic formula. You already expressed the magic formula without you probably even knowing that you expressed the magic formula. And that's what I want people to get. Because you said, I believe. You said, what did you say? Like, I tell myself. You said, I tell myself, and whatever you said. Okay, so that's the thing. What are you telling yourself every single day? What are you telling yourself every single day? Who are you? Who are you? And you posted that on your wall, I think a little bit ago today. You know, who are you? Like, who are you? Like, I want every single person to ask themselves, who are you? And I don't want to know who you really truly are today. I want to know who you really truly are in your heart of hearts that you want to become later on. Okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to write down a paragraph of who you really are. And I want you to read that paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times a day, maybe even once an hour. And yes, you're going to read that and your mind is going to be like, Colton, stop freaking damn lying. You ain't sexy. You know what I mean? You ain't rich. You ain't that. And then, but here's what we know, Colton. Every liar believes his lies eventually.
Yep.
So lie to yourself every single day. Tell yourself how wonderful you really are. And, within, for some people, 7 days, for some people, 14 days, for some 30, 60, and 90, it doesn't matter. You live it anyways. You're going to find yourself walking and talking the person that you've told yourself you are every single day. So lie your way to success.
Lie your way to success, which doesn't mean fake it till you make it. It means face it till you make it.
No.
You got to face it.
I don't believe in fake it till you make it. I don't believe in that. I hate that freaking damn word. I don't like fake. I'm all about authenticity, sincerity, genuinity. Like people always say to me, Chaddi, how do I eliminate objections? How do I get people to work with me? I said, you be authentic, you be sincere, you be genuine, and you be honest, because these are the 4 things that everybody wants and no one can reject.
Face it till you make it. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. Face it. But you got to be authentic with your real. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's a long-term lesson taught in the Bible. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I really could keep on rapping in this. I got to get going, but I want to start to dim it down with this. And I talked about when people apply to join my personal mastermind, the whole application process is determine and decide now, are you interested or are you committed in your life, your show, your reality? And what I've identified is an interested individual, they will allow fear to dictate the actions, or more importantly, the actions they do not take in their life. And it scientifically shows with our neurolinguistics research that 95% of our fears will not affect us physically, yet we allow them to keep us from taking specific action. Specifically, I see a lot of it, and you probably do too, around money. People are limited in this cage of this belief system around, I don't have enough money. Money's not fucking real, gang. It's a digit. It's a belief. It's blah, 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 right? But a committed...
We don't even see money anymore.
Yeah, you don't even see money. It's all digits. It's Venmo and PayPal and credit cards and this and that. It's a belief, okay? But committed individuals, they take massive action, not without fear, not without feeling uncomfortable, yet in spite of feeling that fear and having that uncomfortable feeling inside of them. They act anyways. And they do it with speed, and they just do it. That's the secret, is to take action and to commit and to move forward. So the question is, are you committed to take action on anything you learned today or not? Choice is really up to yours. Any final words?
Right. And talking about your thing, here's what I would tell every single person. Okay. So first of all, if you are someone that's from my world, like you're part of my audience and you're watching this, I'm endorsing Colton. So, and if you follow me, stop listening to me and take action on what I'm telling you to do. Speed of implementation. You can't make a mistake when you take fast action, because that's how you learn. You're not always going to get it right, but you are going to get it right by getting involved in the WGR thing that Colton's got going on right now. So I'm endorsing all my audience to go there and get set up.
Cool, man. I got to rock and roll. Where can people connect with you more? I would imagine click your Facebook, add you as a friend, slide up in your DMs, something like that.
Yeah, add me as a friend. I have a Facebook group, so if people just go to toplistingagentgroup.com, they can get involved in my Top Listing Agent, Facebook group, where I do a lot of free trainings and all that good stuff. And we have a podcast, Top Listing Agent Show, where we get 25, 30,000 downloads every single month. And I want to have you on there, brother.
Let's do it. Send me the link. Let's schedule it up.
So we're gonna set that up. So yeah, either the podcast or here on Facebook, and we're just here to serve, man. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and I
appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being authentic and sharing today about your experience. That was seriously one of the most powerful parts of the conversation. So let me know how I can support you, and have a great day, Chaddi. We'll see ya.
You got it, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye.
What up, gang? So here, just to wrap it up, amazing conversation. I thought it just blew my mind that he shared that he got divorced and that my message of my divorce actually influenced him and empowered him. So share your message, be authentic, no matter if it's painful or not. In fact, what I recommend for those of you guys that want to share your message even more, be open with the bull crap that's going on in your life. Own it though. Take responsibility. This is my life, my show, my reality. Somehow, some way I created this, Now what am I going to learn from this? Why is this experience here to serve me? How is this God's grace? And who can I learn from? Okay, so freaking amazing. Use your mind to create different outcomes that you choose from your heart, and do it based on what emotional outcomes I want. That's what's really important to me, is what emotional experience am I having as most often as possible. So for the whole month of January, check this out, gang. Anyone that gets the Prospecting Mastery Program, which is a 12 video training program, teaches you how to master prospecting and set even more appointments, 3 to 5 per week. Anyone that gets that, I'm going to throw in some bonuses. Number one bonus, 4 group roleplay calls starting in the month of February. You're going to have 4 group roleplay calls. Second bonus is you're going to get 1 free one-on-one coaching call with my team. Second or third thing that you're going to get is I just created what's called life management. Your life, your show, your reality. It's a training program specifically created for my mastermind partners. I'm going to include that training absolutely free. It's a $497 training. All the bonuses I'm adding in equal just over $1,300. Each month, I'm going to create a new opportunity with bonuses. This is like the once in a lifetime bonus because I'm never bringing this offer back. So there's a link in the comments down below to get Prospecting Mastery. Right now, it's at $596, plus you get the $1,300 in bonuses for free. Click that link. Other thing that you can do if you have questions about it, you're not quite sure, send me a message and I'll get a call set up with you in autumn so you guys can learn more about that. If there's anything else I can do for you guys, let me know. My objective for anyone that follows the WGR, number one, is just to make a difference. That's our story. That's our message that we're creating and sharing out there. How can I make a difference even more so for your life today? And the 3 things that I want for the people inside of the academy is I want you to grow your business, I want you to grow your financial freedom, and I want you to grow your personal fulfillment. I want you to feel alive, excited, full of joy, gratitude, and just purpose for being here in this moment. You don't have to live life one day. You don't have to pass life in a miserable experience. Doesn't mean you're not gonna have challenges. You will have challenges, I can guarantee you that. But how are you experiencing those challenges? Love you guys, appreciate you. Make sure to like, comment, share, and we'll see y'all later.